Howdy, y'all. So on the next episode of Ricky's Big World, we gonna spill all the tea.
Well, I was in the back, and we were at one of the remotes. I was in the back trying to tweak something, and all of a sudden the car started moving. I was like, well, they must be moving to another spot on the property. No, car's being hijacked. They were still in the car with my chunky self in the back.
Back in the Pizza World caverns, behind the test ovens, and in reality next to the bathrooms, it's Ricky's Big World.
Hey, this is Ricky with Ricky's Big World, and I'm sitting here with Miss Roxana, and we giggling. We evidently giggling because I was in a good mood trying to start this episode up. What? Did I get the glory feet going?
Oh yeah. You got the groove.
You asked me at the end of the last episode talk about my broadcasting career.
Yeah.
And what I've done and everything else. So way back in the day, I'm gonna say in the 1990s, back in the day, I had got a job, working at one TV station doing like master control. You sitting there, you put the tapes in, you record episodes, right? Then I got another job at another TV station where I was doing Chiron. And Chiron is, you ever watch like TV news and you see where it'll show the name of the person talking and all that? Well, that's called a bug.
Oh, okay.
It'll show a logo or whatever it is underneath their name. So that's all. That was my job. I did that. It was technical. But right across the street was a radio station, dilapidated old building, and I heard they were looking for sales. And so I decided to walk over there, and I applied for a sales job. I got the sales job.
Wow.
So I start, and the way they did the training was, first of all, they had to do a personality test, which I knew I was going to blow that one, but evidently they like crazy people. So I get
Evidently they like crazy people.
Ma'am?
Evidently they like crazy people.
They like crazy people. So, which is how I got my last role in the movie. So I look crazy. But so I'm in there, and the training process is they show you the ins and outs of this and that, but then they also take you around to see and meet with different clients. Fine, man, I was doing great. In 2 weeks, I had sold like so many ads. It was crazy. Problem is the program director was noticing me too, because every time I come in, I'm loud and everything else, and I was getting a lot of attention. And they said, "Hey, Ricky, we have a midnight to 6 in the morning late night show that we want to fill. We think you'd be perfect for it. And would you like to have that?" And I said, "No, I don't want to be on the camera. I don't want to be on the radio. I'm fine in sales." Well, let's talk about the sales part. You're doing great. In fact, you're doing better than some people in here for a while, but you're scaring the people. So I said, "What you mean I'm scaring the people?" And she was like, "Well, we've had a couple of clients come in. They said you're a little too aggressive, and they thought that you're going to eat them." And I was like, and I went, "No, I ain't that hungry. We good. So I started as a midnight to 6 in the morning on-air person. I had to train during the daytime with one radio person called Remy Daniels, another person, Laura Lee, and Miller Robson. And they're part of the morning show. And it was great. I really enjoyed it. And then I get on to my first shift. Again, midnight to 6 in the morning. And I wasn't allowed to hardly say anything. 20 after, I had to do the news. At 35 after, I had to give the weather. And then at 50 after, I had to do the weather again. And that was all I was allowed to do. And finally, I got tired of this mess after, about a month of, following the rules. And so I decided, I'm just going to do my own thing. So I just started to just do my own thing. I got in trouble. I got written up. And did again. And said, well, what are they going to do? Fire me? I still got my job across the street at the TV station. We good. So I had a little vinegar in me. A little tinkle in vinegar. And but then it got caught on to the point. So the country station, it was Kissin 99.3. And they're still in existence today under new ownership. But Kissin 99.3 in Columbus, Georgia. I went as Rick Hunter. And I love that name. I thought it was perfect for radio. Downstairs was Q103, which is like a rock station. So I'm upstairs. All of a sudden, like at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm hearing on the window, and I walk over there and look down, and I see a police car outside, and there were 2 police officers in there throwing donuts at the window. At the window.
Throwing donuts?
They were throwing donuts at the window. I raised the window up and I said, "Yo, what you doing? Ricky, we love you. Rick. Like I said, Rick Hunter. Rick, we love you. Why don't you play, I forgot what song it was." So I started playing it. Next thing I know, it was like at least twice a week thing. I was getting just more popular at the time. Now, again, it was the first radio job back in the 90s. And to the point where I actually had a stalker. Somebody, you're going to believe this, Roxanne, somebody actually waited in the parking lot, because when I went to look out the window one time, because my back was towards the window, again, upstairs studio, and I just kind of turned around and I saw a car pull up. Now again, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, or it's two again. A car pulled up and turned its lights off in a parking lot adjacent to ours. I got bubble gut. Hold on. Oh Lord. Okay. So I do that, and I noticed it, didn't think anything about it. Well, then when I went to leave, when I got off the air at 6 in the morning, I noticed that car is still there. And then as I leave, and it's still dark, as I leave, they crank their car up and they follow me. They try to follow me home.
Whoa.
And so
That's scary.
It became real scary at that point.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Anyway, so I lost them. I was able to lose them. And years later, I still have that. I still have people that would try to follow me home.
Really?
Even from here. And so I lost one person. My most recent one, I lost them. I went through a CVS, Walgreens, how the pharmacy would have the drive-in?
Oh, yeah.
Drive-through? I lost them there. And so I never take the same way twice again because of that. And my wife ain't happy about that.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I am there. I quit the TV stations across the street. I go to another TV station doing photog camera work. But I'm still on the air, the radio. So, multiple jobs and doing pretty good. But that was my start to my broadcasting career.
Wow.
That started in the 1990s.
Wow.
And
so you really didn't set out to do that?
No. The job at the TV station I first started working at was WXTX Fox 54.
Okay.
And that was my where I was the master control guy. No big deal. That didn't last too long because it was a temp position.
Right.
Then I landed the job with WRBL TV2, which is a CBS network station. That's where I really sunk my teeth into broadcasting, because that was the Chiron position. I was there during the early morning news and, really saw what was going on producing. I got to produce a little bit.
Yeah.
I got to do this. And then the radio. But the radio was what I was really in love with, because television gets too restrictive. You're really on the time schedule for this.
Right.
So anyway, we moved to Atlanta area, which is 100 miles away from Columbus, Georgia, and I got a job at a radio station there. Then we moved, back to Columbus again, went back to the station. Then I'm trying to remember, it's so long ago. And then we moved to, Jennifer got into grad school later in years, and so we moved to New Hampshire, Vermont, and then here in 2005 to Iowa. And when we moved to Iowa, my first job, I went back to broadcasting because I had left for a little while. But I went back to broadcasting at KGAN, which is another CBS station. And when I got there, I was doing photog again. And then in 2007, I started working at WMT doing news. And then I went to KOEL and OWIN as a morning show host and a program director. And then I moved to where my current radio station is. Am I allowed to say the current radio station?
If you want to.
Okay. KMRY, which is 93.1 FM. We play 60s through the 90s. And I've been there now since 2005.
Wow.
and not 2005, 2015. So 2015, because I had my left leg cut off December 6th of 2014. 6 months later, I got that job by accident.
Wow.
And what happened was I was visiting my friend Susan, who I used to work at WNT with, and I was just showing her that I was still alive. And I walk out with the morning show. They didn't even interview me.
Wow.
They were like, have you ever been on radio before? And I said, oh, yeah, a while back, Are you looking for a job? I said, I just had my leg cut off. Is it okay if I just relax a little bit? We good on that one? And they were like, well, yeah, I mean, you can start part-time. You can start. And so I thought about it. And June 2nd of 2015, I started on the morning show as a
Wow.
co-host. And now I do the whole thing, morning show by myself.
Yeah.
And so I've been there. We'll be there 9 years this June.
That's awesome.
And I really enjoy broadcasting. But yeah, so off and on, I've been in broadcasting since the 1990s.
Wow.
And don't look back. I
Yeah.
love
Quite the history.
there's more details, but we ain't going into that right now. There's a little bit more we don't need to be sharing. But
Fair enough.
But I did have one guy, when we lived in New Hampshire, I went to a radio station there. And the guy told me that I would never make it in radio because of my southern accent.
Just because of your southern accent?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
His mentality is you have to have the old owner of my current station would say, you have to have word vomit. And that's, the 1960s voice.
Oh.
Hi, this is Ricky Bartlett with Classic KMRY. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's his idea of what radio people should sound like. And so the fact that I was Southern and I had this rich Southern accent, he told me no, he would not hire me. And that I would never work in this industry again.
Wow.
I was like, okay.
That's
all
crazy.
right.
And now look at you.
Karma.
And now look at you.
Karma. Mm-hmm. See?
I love that you didn't set out to do this. Like, it was just kind of put in
I
your
didn't set
path.
out to do this podcast either.
That's fair.
Y'all threw me in this.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah.
I have really loved it. The
Yeah.
family out there watching and listening, I love being here and talking to y'all. And hopefully it's coming across, talking to y'all like we sitting across this table here. Enjoying some food. Which, by the way, where the food at?
You said he'd bring it out eventually.
Eventually. Well,
Yeah.
what are they?
He said
They
he was-
out in the back farming?
Maybe. Maybe he's making it from scratch. Which
Oh,
we
okay.
do a lot of those things. So.
Huh?
I said we do a lot of those things. So
And where's this things at? Where we at again?
I
I was told I wasn't allowed to say the name.
that is
so much.
not what happened.
That is what happened. I was
That
told.
is not.
They said I talk about Pizza World too much. But how could you not talk about Pizza World? Number one, where are we at?
I think the main focus was like, we love that you talk about us and we love that you love being here, but like, you don't have to. Like,
No, I don't
this is
have
all
to.
about you. This is your podcast.
Hold on. My give a damn is coming out. Okay. I love Pizza World. All right.
Yeah.
I don't mind talking about it because it's part of the normal conversation. It's not being pushed out.
Yeah.
We are inside Pizza World right now. Granted, y'all put me in front of the bathroom, but we inside Pizza World. In fact, you should do a swivel of what it looks like. It's really nice in here.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty quiet right now because we haven't
just
been.
opened.
Yeah, we just opened.
Yeah. So
So
it's
sometimes
Sunday.
and
People
it's
at
a
church.
weekend. So sometimes we film when it's a little bit busier, and sometimes we film when it's a little bit quiet.
I like it when it's busy.
Yeah.
Like real busy, and y'all get busy a lot.
A lot of what we're doing right now are deliveries, so you're not hearing a lot of the people. People are just coming in and
No. When I get off the air at the radio station, at noon,
during the
and when I
week,
come over
yeah.
here during the day, y'all are packed. And then if
Yeah.
I sit here, I'll get my food, I'll go sit down. Next thing I know, sometimes the line is out the door.
yeah.
And that impresses the mess out of me. But I mean, look at your look here. This ain't no commercial, nothing like that for Pizza World. But I'm just gonna go ahead and say this: they got this lunch specials Monday through Friday, that from 11 until 1:30. That is just phenomenal. Okay, and they got this huge chunk of pizza. It's like the size of 2 slices, and you get a drink with that, and it's like $5 with the tax, $5.35. All right, that's it right there. And then Monday through Friday have different flavors, but my favorite's on Tuesday, and that's the buffalo chicken pizza. Okay, that right there is spot on. I love that one.
Yeah, it's because we mix ranch into the buffalo sauce.
Well, also when it goes through the oven, I like how it caramelizes.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
for
so,
sure.
but if that's enough about Pizza World, because you know, but again, it's not being forced or anything. It's just that
No.
that's where we are. We inside Pizza World.
It's part of the environment.
It's part of the environment.
Yeah.
So don't be snapping at me telling me I can't talk about Pizza World again, Bob, whoever he is. And you know,
I don't know if people have gathered this far, probably, but like, you and Bob have quite the.
Bob gets on my damn nerves. Well, go ahead and lay it on out there right now. He gets on my nerves. I'm tired of him telling me how to do my job. I'm coming here telling him how to do his job, so he needs to then calm it down.
They both love going at each other.
No, we don't. He don't like me. I don't like him.
This is the daily back and forth.
No, I don't like him.
This is the game.
Ain't no game. Ain't no game. He don't be coming here telling me this is my job. I know what I'm doing. I'm doing this for 30 years. Don't sit there and tell me no. Hold on, let me do my math. 90s, 2000, 20. Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
30 years. I've been
Yeah.
in broadcasting. Don't come here and tell me how to do my job.
Do you have any like crazy radio stories?
All right. I had this one lady at my current station, and she was stalking me. What? Hold on. What did he say? What did he say?
I don't know. I think he's just talking.
Okay. All right. That's right. I think you're walking around with chicken. Let me sit there and talking smack with chicken in your hand. So there was this one lady, and the way our building was at the time, it had different offices in it too, right? It wasn't just a radio station.
Oh, okay.
And our window, we had this one area that we called the fishbowl, because you could walk in and just stand there and stare, and that's what she did. She just stood there and staring at me. She'd watch me, doing my job. But before her meeting, she would walk around the building, as it was an oval shape, and she would walk around the building and do her exercises. And all of a sudden she came in, went straight on past. They did that on purpose. Went straight on past the receptionist desk, came back to the lady. We try to be professional over here. What you making all the noise for?
They're bringing out dough, fresh dough.
Bringing out fresh dough? Okay. All right, just checking. I mean, we can't have nothing nice around here. I apologize, family. I apologize. When you work with ghetto folks, that's how it is. What was I saying? Oh, so she goes and she walks clear past everybody, goes straight to the back to where the studio is, and proceeds to tell me how much she loves me. She wants to marry me. She wants to have babies with me and everything else. And then she starts giggling and runs out. All right, I thought it was a joke. All right, whatever. So I don't see her for like 2-3 weeks. And next thing I know, she comes back. This thing comes up to the fishbowl window and just looks at me, starts licking the window, and then raises her shirt up and presses her chest up against the window. And then
What?
runs off. This is a grown. She's older than me. This is a grown woman.
She licked the window.
She licked it. She licked like there was vanilla pudding on the
Like-
window. There, she licked the window, Roxana. She licked the window.
The licking the window is more surprising to me than the flash. Do you know what I mean? Like,
We don't clean that window. I mean,
Yeah.
that is a nasty window.
oh my goodness.
Okay, this place is spotless. In this
Yeah.
place, okay, she can come in here and lick the window all she wants to, but that window was not spotless.
Yeah.
It was nasty,
Yeah.
and she just decided and lick the window, like as if I taste like fried chicken. She was tasting me through the window. I mean, that's one of the reasons I don't go in the ocean, because I know I'm chunky. I sweat chicken grease, and then them sharks gonna have a buffet. That's why. I mean, I know I taste good. See right there, delicious. She don't know that, and she will never know that. I don't deal with crazy.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm married too. We don't do that.
Yeah. To Saint Jennifer.
Saint Jennifer, man, y'all got to quit with the Saint Jennifer mess. Okay, y'all go give me a complex. And her one. That's why I don't tell her y'all call her Saint Jennifer. So that's a crazy one. So, you know how some stations will have most stations have a station vehicle. We had a station van.
Oh, yeah.
That was all decked out. We got an amazing company, an audio company, fixed us up real good. Well, I was in the back, and we were at one of the remotes. I was in the back trying to tweak something, and all of a sudden the car started moving. I was like, well, you know, they must be moving to another spot on the property. No, car's being hijacked. They were still in the car with my chunky self in the back.
Wait a second. Pause. The car got hijacked while you were in it?
Yes. Got carjacked while I was in it. So,
how did that end?
Huh?
How did that end?
Okay, well, let me tell you, quit stopping the story and I tell you.
I'm sorry.
So
I just can't imagine that you were, like, essentially kidnapped during a carjacking.
And evidently they know how to drive, because here's Thunder Chunky rolling around back and forth, you know, messing up my stretch marks. So I feel the thing going. I'm like, hey, I'm back here. You know, hold on. If we're going to move to another location or whatever, all of a sudden I hear this dude tell me to shut up, and that, you know, we're going for a ride. And then I feel my chunkiness. You know how fat people, whenever we move to the right, the fat, we sway into the left. That's how it was. So we were going so fast, and I could hear the cops in the background coming. I'm rolling around in the back, and I'm pinned in, so I can't do nothing. I think the whole thing lasted, 15 minutes tops, I think it was. That's
a long time.
Huh?
I feel like that's a long time.
15 minutes is a long time when you're fearing for your chunky life.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the back, not knowing what's going on. Like I said, essentially kidnapped during a carjacking.
I was afraid they're going to try and take my virginity. I mean, you just don't know. I'm pretty, and so you just don't know. So the thing finally stops, and all I hear is muffled. Well, that's all I hear, right? And so the guy is pulled out of the van, and I'm sitting there going, I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't gonna be shot and messed with and all this other stuff. The back of the doors open up, and they drag me out, thinking I'm a part of the thing.
Oh no.
Yes, they thought I was part of it, and I was like,
better safe than sorry, I guess, but traumatizing nonetheless.
Handcuffed me, threw me against the car, read me my rights. Then finally, they were like, okay, we're going to jail. Take me down to jail.
Oh, they did?
Oh, yes.
They didn't even bother to, like, ask you anything.
They didn't care that I was just a part of it. They thought I was just back there trying to steal the van.
Oh, my goodness.
So get there, and they like, okay, you got a phone call. You know, old traditional phone call thing. I call the radio station, and I'm like, I want to know. And I cussed them out from neck bone to navel, again, toenails to hair follicles. And I was like, somebody better come down here and get me. And they were like, we thought you just up and left. And I said, yeah, I up and left all right in the back of that van that was stolen. And so they came down, and everything was cleared up. And they were like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm victim here. And y'all going to sit there and handcuff me and throw me in jail? And then they put me in jail with somebody that's, he was a drug dealer, and another guy was drunk. So, and they took my shoelaces like I'm going to commit some suicide or something.
Like, that's crazy.
So,
that story's nuts.
Yeah. So I go on the air the next day, and I'm like, I get it. I understand why the police did that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said, better safe than sorry. You have somebody there that looks like they were definitely a part of it.
Yeah, because I was wearing the radio station T-shirt.
Well, you could have stolen that and put it on in the back.
I could have stolen it. So we were a ratchet station at the time. But anyway, the thing is, everything got dropped. I had attorneys after attorneys called me talking about, you want to sue them? No, I'm not going to sue the police department over this. And number one, they saved my life.
Yeah.
And number two, that's no reason. I'm not, what's the fancy word, litigious?
Yeah.
Ding. The more you know. So I'm not litigious. So it was an experience. It was an experience. they have customers coming in, so
They're allowed.
at the Pizza World, and they loud too. Can they hear? Can y'all hear that?
Sometimes they can, yeah.
Can they hear
Just depends. They can
Heather
hear
loud too. She loud.
They can hear some of the chatter in the back.
Flight is fine, humanity with you. Yeah.
I'm using the same cup that they gave me from the last episode. I
It's
just
a
washed
special cup.
it. It's my special cup. And that is the last time I use this one. I think using it twice ain't gonna. It's not sanitary, but I did wash it, so it's washed.
We'll make you another one.
I appreciate that. So yeah, that was exciting to be kidnapped and everything else, and I wasn't on no FBI TV show and nothing like that, so it was kind of sad.
Wow. That is like a super interesting. Like when I was like, hey, do you have any interesting? I didn't think that you got kidnapped. That's for sure.
I don't call it kidnapped. That's what they put in the paperwork.
Because you were.
I don't
you were
like
in
labels.
Yeah, I don't like labels. You were in the car,
We went
and
on-
they
we
drove
went on
off
a
with
joyride.
you.
Do what?
They went on a joyride.
Yeah, Roxette's song "Joyride." We went on a joyride. That was it. I wasn't
Against your consent.
No, I did not give consent. That's why I was afraid for my virginity, because I did not want them messing with me, because I'm pretty.
Was it just one person that stole the car?
Yeah, it was just one guy.
Oh, okay.
I could have taken him with one thigh. This boy was like 98 pounds.
Did he
wet.
just see like a car, and that was it?
They had left the door to the driver's seat open. One of the other, in fact, one of the program directors, had reached in to grab something and left the door open. No big deal. We do it all the time. But he left the keys inside too, so that it could remain on, so we can play the music through those big things, the speakers. But the speakers weren't on because I was back there trying to work on something and get something. Because one of the speakers was, I think it was out. It was having some problems. So I want to check on it. And so that's the whole thing. This boy just got in and decided that he needed to go, I don't know, somewhere.
Just somewhere.
Our logo is splattered across the van. How you gonna get away with it?
Like, how far were you gonna get? I don't know.
I know. Hold on, because I actually use food as markers. So we were by one chicken place, but by the grocery store near the gas station and a Chinese food place. So yeah, we were about one. I'd say they got us. It was I'd say about 15 minutes, but I want to say it was a good 5 to 10 miles maybe.
Wow.
Of continuous driving because he got on the highway.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
He got on the highway to go to Alabama, and that would have been a real big problem. He didn't make it to Alabama though.
Okay.
So I didn't really fear for my life until after it happened.
Oh yeah, I'm sure like all the adrenaline, you were just like focused on what was happening in the moment.
Well, and they said he wasn't armed or anything, so he didn't have.
Good.
No, he wasn't armed or anything.
Yeah, but how would you have known that in the back, right? So I'm sure you assumed the worst.
See, somebody checking like me, I could hide things under my fat rolls. I mean, it's just like, okay, I got a Uzi right here. I got a blade and a machete here and all this. I can just whip it out in the fat fold. It might be a little sweaty, but it'll still work.
Yeah.
Right. Somebody skinny like that, he couldn't.
Yeah, I can't.
But yeah, that was it was an interesting day.
Interesting day at work. Probably is that one of your most interesting days at work?
I had another radio station. All right, so the radio station KOEL in Old Wine, Iowa. So I was there one day, and in fact, no, it was during the interview to be the program director and morning show host. And I was there, and while I was there, I said, well, you mind if I go use the restroom? So I went to use the bathroom. I came back, and I passed by, and I waved at this guy that was sitting in the little cafeteria area, just this room with the food. What's it called? Anyway, so I passed by, and I nodded, waved at him, walked on. And so I get back in to talk to the person, continue to interview, and we were just talking about different people, and I happened to see the picture of the person that I waved at on her desk, and I said, "Oh, I just saw that guy." I said, "What's his name?" And she said, "What guy?" And I said, "A guy with a red jacket on." She said, "What do you mean you just saw him?" And I said, "Back there in the cafeteria area." She said, "No, you didn't." I said, "Yeah, it is." She said, "No, he's been dead for a while." And I went, "I'm sorry, hold on."
What?
"No, ma'am." That boy waved and nodded at me. He was wearing that red jacket, and that was him in that picture. Now, this guy is like older guy. I'd say he was in his 60s. And she said, "No, he has passed on a while back."
Spooky.
And I said, "Well, he is still here. He ain't passed on nowhere. He is still here. I just saw him. Y'all have a blessed day. I think I'm going to seek other opportunities."
You're like, bye.
And yeah, I'm a very spiritual person, so
Yeah.
I left, and then they called me back. They said, "We would really love for you to be our new program director and morning show host. Could you?" I said, "Did y'all got ghosts still?" And they were like, "Well, no one else has seen." And I said, "Well, I saw this person. How did I not know this person was?" And she's like, "Well, let's just say that's who you saw. He was a very good person, and
Yeah.
I said, all right, fine. You know what? I'll take. What's the money like?" So I want to know what the money is, because I'll battle demons as long as there's plenty of money. That check clear, we good. So I went home and I grabbed a big old bag of sage, and I took it to work with me, and I grabbed my pennies and everything else, because in the Southern culture, if you got pennies and sage, hold on a minute.
Now I knew sage, but I didn't know pennies.
If you take pennies and you put it over the doorway, heads up, and you put it over the doorway of a place that you're going into, it'll. What's this?
It's a surprise.
What surprise is this? So this, so peanut butter and jelly, calzone.
Peanut
for
butter and
kids.
jelly calzone.
That's actually phenomenal. I bet the kids love it, don't they?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So they handed me again this peanut butter and jelly calzone. Now I just cut into that so I can try it.
Mm-hmm. It's probably hot.
It's not hot. Oh my God. I'm talking about them kids gonna be singing.
Definitely have to let it cool.
Oh no, that's just it. It's not like hot and boiling.
Yeah.
And I'm sure with the kids, they're gonna make sure of that. But
Yeah.
I love that.
It was pretty good.
If you got the sugars, I wouldn't be. Mm-mm.
No.
That is, so now he also brought.
A salad.
an
You want to hold it
antipasta
up?
salad for you.
You can hold it up if you want.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
I trust you.
So they brought this antipasta salad for her. I'm trying not to touch it because I don't want to touch her food and stuff. But,
It's beautiful.
but look at that. Isn't that just
Yeah.
beautiful? I didn't get one, but that's all right. Don't worry about it. And that is so
Yeah.
cool.
It's delicious. It's my lunch.
Huh?
It's my lunch.
That's your lunch? That looks good. That salad?
Yes, that's chef salt or antipasta.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, chef salt stuff you can eat, so figured you'd eat some rough.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time. I thought no, that's hers. Where mine? I want the chef salad.
Oh, you like the chef
I
salad?
like the chef salad. Y'all stuff chef salad is on
There.
the chain.
It's
some good
best
stuff
is
right
where
there.
it's at.
And don't get me wrong, I like that one too.
Yeah. It's hard not to like pepperoni in a salad.
I guess they turned the volume up.
Yeah, we have customers in, so and this is a pretty big
Okay.
a pretty big game for Iowa.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. We are almost done with this episode.
We are.
So I think it's perfect timing.
It is.
I mean, it's great. So we've tried the peanut butter and jelly calzone for the kids. You got the antipasta salad, which looks phenomenal. So, and we talked about it. But hold on, I got the bubble gut again. Be burping on the thing. So, look here. Until next time, this is Ricky's Big World. We're gonna leave the front door open for you.